Hey, it's James Malfetus again, and I'm your host for the Regular Accounting Consultation Client Blueprint webinar, where I'm going to teach you how to get 2 to 5 paid consultations, not free consultations, paid consultations every single month. This is the second prerequisite video that I promised you when you registered for the training, and I'm glad that you're here and watching this because it means that you're going to be ready when the official training session kicks off. That said, if you haven't watched the first video in the series, you should probably pause this and watch that video first. There should be a link to video 1 beneath this video. If you did watch that video first and you're here watching me now, you took my advice and I really want you to know that I do appreciate that. So if you watched the first video, you learned about the importance of not trying to be all things to everybody by specializing in a specific niche, and I showed you how to identify the perfect niche for your business. And the feedback that we received from the first session has been great. But there's also been a handful of questions that have come in. So I just wanted to address those questions and address the elephant in the room, so to speak, before we hop onto the official training. Now, the first big question I heard was, well, do you really need to invest in online marketing? Now, I can understand why you might be thinking this, but I would say that if you are, it's probably because you perceive it to be more difficult than it actually is, rather than you being happy to stay in your comfort zone. The best way to illustrate the importance of online marketing to you is to show you the results of intensive research. Now, Hinge Marketing is the biggest researcher and supplier to the professional services industry. They conduct multiple different surveys and studies every year. Here's a screenshot from one of their studies called Online Marketing for Professional Service Firms, and this is what they found. For the first time, results demonstrate that firms embracing online marketing grow faster. So they found that firms generating 40% or more of their leads online grow 4 times. That's 4 times faster than those that don't have any online leads. They also found that high growth firms obtain 63% of their leads online, while other firms obtain just 12%. They also found greater engagement with online tools being associated with much faster growth. Using online marketing also increased the firm's profitability, so that's important. You see, the greater a firm's online lead generation, the greater its total profitability. In fact, they found that firms generating 60% or more of their leads online are 2 times more profitable than those generating less than 20% of their leads online. Just think about that. That's double the profitability. We're not talking turnover, we're talking bottom line. So as you can see, the more progressive accountants have actually been online for a while, and it's having a very, very significant impact on their customer acquisition efforts and, of course, on their bottom line. The other thing is that the way that people buy accounting services today has changed. Here's another screenshot from another Hinge survey called Beyond Referrals, How Today's Buyers Check You Out. So you're going to see that 3 of the top 5 ways involve online marketing. You see, they go and they look at your website, they search for you on Google, and they find you on social media. And for accountants, that predominantly means on LinkedIn. So that means your clients are looking for you online. So you better be online when they come looking. The other concern that we got many times was something along the lines of where people were saying, well, I don't have the time or the technical expertise to learn about online marketing. Well, if that's you, I've got great news. The online world has moved at such a rapid rate that, like any good market, it's become saturated. So what that means is that supply exceeds demand so that the prices have come down. In fact, many online services have become a commodity, just like accountants offering bookkeeping services has. Not only that, but technology has become far easier to learn and so much easier to use. And of course, the prices have come down dramatically as well. So as you can see here in your handout, I have an entire section dedicated to outsourcing that I'm going to teach you on the webinar. So yes, there is a little bit of online tech involved, but, and here's the big but, you should not be touching it unless you don't have staff that you can assign it to, or you really can't afford to pay an expert $2 per hour to get things done. And yes, you heard that right, I said for as little as $2 per hour. And when you do start outsourcing your online efforts, why not outsource some of your other business functions? For example, why not outsource drafting of your financials? This way you get it done for a few dollars an hour, and you can take on more work by hiring more outsourced workers, and you never have to put any of them on your payroll. So with that said, I hope you're really excited to join me on the webinar, because I truly believe that this one webinar has the ability to completely transform your practice, and I don't say that lightly. So if you haven't done so yet, please be sure to add the time of this training to your calendar. Again, you don't want to miss it, because we're only going to be running this particular webinar a few more times because we change the webinar every month. So set a reminder and make sure that you're there. So the next time we meet, hopefully, is going to be on the webinar.